What is up, everybody? J Nell here with my UFC Fight Night 75, I believe it is, in Japan. Happened last night. Great event. Let's get into it. I did do a 15-second prediction video for the co and the main event, so you have to follow me on Twitter and Instagram to get those because they're exclusive. Let's get into it. So this was the finale of the Japan's Ultimate Fighter, basically, and we saw, forgive me for all the names on this card, we saw Mizuto Hirota versus Teruto Ishihara. It was supposed to go to a fourth round sudden death, but it did not. So it ended in a 3-round draw. So both men ended up getting the six-figure contract with the UFC. Let me know what you think about that. First up, first round did go to Ishihara. He's kind of a wild man in there, kind of creative, a little sloppy, but a wild man, totally aggressive, controlled the pace, moving forward, round one. I think that cost him in round two because he slowed down tremendously, and Hirota was able to take advantage, was able to get inside, connect, move forward. He won round two. This was totally stand-up battle. Round three was it was pretty much even. Momentum changes back and forth, controlling the pace back and forth. So this was a 3-round draw, but it should have been fourth round sudden death. So let me know what you think about that. Who's next for both of those men? Next up, we saw Diego Brandao take out Katsunori Kakuno in the first round in like 20 seconds. Diego connected with an overhand right. The very first shot he threw knocked Kakuno across the octagon on his butt against the fence. Diego jumped on him, over KO. This is shades of old aggressive Diego. He's now kind of gotten two inside of his head, so if he can find the balance, he can be a contender in the 145. Let me know who you think is next for Diego Brandao. Next up, we saw Takeo Mitsugaki take on George Roop. 3-round unanimous decision. I totally agree. He just busted him up. Roop is 6'1", 135, very small, and he took a lot of punishment. He would grab him up, tie him up, hold him up against the fence, crowd booed just a little bit, which is new for Japanese fans, by the way, taking on some of the American customs there. They don't normally boo. But Mitsugaki, like I said, busted him up all 3 rounds. Couldn't put him away, but just whole face bloody, blood drawn, swollen eyes, the whole 9. Who do you think is next for Takeo Mitsugaki? Now, my boy Kyoji Horiguchi taking on Chico Kamos, who I actually like as well. I think he's underrated. Went all 3 rounds, unanimous decision in favor of Horiguchi. Horiguchi has upped his output. He's diversifying his striking. He threw all kinds of stuff at Chico the whole time. He had a very high output. You can tell he's learning from his loss from Mighty Mouse, which is good. Look, he's only 24 years old. If I'm Kyoji, he's very powerful, very strong. He was able to muscle Chico a lot. He took too much punishment, though. Chico actually drew blood from the nose and had some redness there because Kyoji didn't respect his power, couldn't knock him out. So he was willing to take just too much punishment. You do that against some other opponents, they're going to make you pay. Kyoji's only 24 years old. If I'm him, he's better served to work his way up. Fight John Moraga. Fight the winner of Bagutinov and Benavides. Fight John Dotson. That way, when you get back to Mighty Mouse or whoever the champ is, you're a machine. You're ready. You're only 24 years old. Nowhere to go but up. I like Kyoji Horiguchi. Who do you think is next for him? And Chico. I like Chico too. Next up, co-main event. So, I lost this pick. I chose Gegard Mousasi to beat Uriah Hall. I was a little surprised. You know, Uriah Hall, all the talent in the world, mentally inconsistent, insecure, not reliable. Well, he showed me in this fight. First round went to Gegard totally, though. I mean, he couldn't dominate a first round more. Took him down pretty easily, pretty early, held the ground and pound, was busting him up. Uriah was squirming, trying to moved all around the octagon. Could not get Gegard off of him. Eventually, Gegard took the back and almost sunk in the choke, but he lost his grip and almost had the rear knuckle choke, lost the grip, couldn't get it. Uriah survived that first round, and he even admitted in the post-press conference. Second round comes, Uriah catches him with a spinning back kick to the face. Stumbles him, knocks him a little silly, stumbles Gegard back, follows it up with a jump knee, bow to the all face, knocks Gegard on his butt. Couple shots later, ref stops the fight. Impressive victory for Uriah Hall. He's going to crack the top 10. Hey, what can you say? Anybody get busted in the face with a spinning back kick followed up with the knee is going to get put out, pretty much. So who do you think is next for both men, but especially Uriah Hall? Keep it up. Maybe you can finally live up to the potential that we all know you have. Now, main event, and I got this pick. I chose Josh Barnett to beat Big Country Roy Nelson, and he did. This lasted all 5 rounds. And I didn't think it would, but it did. But I forgot Roy Nelson has that hard chin. And after a while, I wanted this fight to stop because I knew that Josh wasn't going to knock him out. And I got worried about the damage that Roy Nelson was taking. I didn't like this. Roy Nelson had his moments where he connected, where he took Josh Barnett down, wasn't able to hold him there. But he had his moments where he was able to hold position against the fence, do some dirty boxing. But this was pretty much 5 rounds of all Josh Barnett. He set 2 records, clinch shots and some other kind of shots landed on Roy Nelson. And these were hard shots. These are heavyweights. These were hard shots, knees, elbows, all in the clinch, to the face, to the gut, and Roy just sat there eating it and taking it, and I got uncomfortable. Roy, you're 39 years old. Roy, you have a name. You're Big Country with the big old belly. You've got a personality. You can make money outside of fighting. You should be ready to go. You should be ready to go. No problem. So I'm okay with you retiring. He didn't say anything about retiring. He said he is probably going to keep going, but with him taking that type of damage, it's not the big shots. The big shots give you concussions and things of that nature, but it's actually the smaller shots, the repetitive shots, that give you things like CTE. And I'm sorry for the moving of the camera. The lighting in my room has just went crazy. Let me finish this up. But it's the smaller shots that give you things like CTE. So, Roy Nelson, thank you. But you can retire now. I don't want to see you take much more punishment. That's how I feel. Let me know how you feel. Let me know how you did on all your picks. Any injury updates. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where I have exclusive 15-second recaps and prediction videos. This lighting. Subscribe, like, talk to me, take care, and goodbye.